Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Commentary Hub's live coverage of this Women's Super League game between Reading and Manchester United. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and this is the Commentary Hub, the live, the home of alternative commentary, and it is rather unusual to be doing. And it's rather unusual for us to be covering a game at this time of day, but as is so often the case with club matches, they fulfill this duty. They put forward times like these to give teams the opportunities to complete their games, so they don't clash with other important things, as I am sure. Anyway, Reading come into this game. This game is taking place at the Select Leasing Car Stadium, otherwise known to many Reading fans as the Madejski Stadium. And according to stats wise in the standings, Reading are currently 6th, and they drew last week against Tottenham Hotspur. Manchester United are currently 3rd and are eyeing a qualification place for next season's Women's Champions League. Reading's draw came at a key point as Reading had lost their last 2 games against Arsenal and Brighton away. And their last win at home was on the 23rd of January, and they have only got 3 games left. So they really need to make this. So Kaylee Chambers' side really need to make these last 3 games count for them. Mark Skinner is the manager at Manchester United. We're going to go through the teams now, starting with Reading. Grace Maloney will start in goal. And the other players are Faye Bryson, Deanne Rose, the captain, Natasha Harding, Emma Harries, Deanne Cooper, Rachel Rowe, Justine Van Havermaet, Lily Woodham, and Sane Trollsgaard. For Manchester United, we have in goal Mary Ertz, number 27, number 3, Maria Torres-Dotter, number 6, Hannah Blundell, number 7, Ella Toone, number 10, the captain, Casey Zellum. Number 9, Martha Thomas. Number 11, Leah Galton. Number 14, Jackie Gruenen. Number 15, Diane Caldwell. Number 7, Ona Botol. And number 23, Alessia Russo. The fans look like they're beginning to pack the stadium. And we can now take a look at who will be. And we can now take a look at who will be where on the subs bench. On the substitutes for Reading on the substitutes are Stewart and Poulter, the 2 other goalkeepers. Then the remaining substitutes are Bygent, Peplow, and Roberts. For Manchester United, the other substitutes are Bagley, the reserve goalkeeper, then Barry, Risa Bow, Fuso, Hansen, Harris, and Murphy. And taking a look at the formation, Reading will be playing in a 4-4-2 formation, and Manchester United are to play in a 4-2-3-1 formation. So very different choices of play there for both sides, as it looks as though the fans are beginning to sort of pack into their stadium. Reading fans should at least be grateful that their women's side is doing considerably a lot better than the men's side in the championship. So the fans are getting ready. So the fans are getting ready for the action to well and truly begin. And we can now take a look at and I've just actually seen Kelly Chambers just outside the tunnel. She's talking to one of the match officials, and the players are starting to emerge from the tunnel. And the fans getting ready. Well and truly. And we can, and now let's take a look at some. Let's take a look at who our match officials are in this case. With our referee is Lucy May, and the assistant referees are Damit Bandara, Martin Chester. The fourth official as Sabas Yanni. And as I speak, they are leading the players out onto the field, with Natasha Harding and Katie Zeelam leading out their respective teams. Reading will be playing in their home blue and white hoop shirts, and Manchester United will be wearing their red shirts, the black shorts, and the black shoe and the black socks. Reading's hoop socks are also in their royal blue and white. Teams now going through the presentation, the formalities of wishing each other good luck. And if you're just joining us, here are the teams lineups between Reading and Manchester United. Grace Maloney starts in goal. She recently returned from injury last week in their game against Hotspur, with the back four defenders of Bryson, with the back four defenders of Bryson, Cooper, Evans, and Harding. Then it's Rowe, Trosgaard, and Rose. It's Rowe, Trosgaard. Actually, it's the back four of Bryson, Cooper, Evans, and Woodham. Then it's Harding, Van Havermaet, Mark Skinner's Manchester United. Mark Skinner's Manchester United has Mary Earps starting in goal. Then it's back four of Battle, Caldwell, Torres-Dotter, and Blundell. Then the next two sets of players are Gronan and the captain Zeelam, with the forward three of Rousseau, Toon, and Galton, and Martha Thomas being the lone striker. So there it is. So that goes through the lot. So there are the lineups. The teams are now going through their last minute thoughts of tactics and whatever strategies they're going to use throughout this game. Like I said, for Reading, they've only got 3 games left, so they need to make this one count, and they need to get on the scoreboard. Gemma Evans, and they need to get on with wins. Gemma Evans is ranked first for the most minutes played in the Women's Super League this season. And Katie Zeelam has created chances for most set pieces this season, and the majority of the players featured in this game are international players representing countries such as England, Wales, Canada, and Norway, plus also a couple of Spanish players that will be featuring in there as well, having featured in the recent Arnold Clark Cup, which England won. Mark Skinner, formerly manager at Birmingham City prior to joining Manchester United, and they are getting ready for the game to begin. It looks as though Manchester United will be the team to start first. The referee walking onto the pitch as we prepare, and the players take the knees. Take the knee in solidarity for the ongoing fight against racism. They all stand back up, and we get ready to kick off, which should be momentarily. And away we go at the Select Leasing Car Stadium for this Women's Super League match between Reading and Manchester United. And it looks as though Manchester United have got early play. Courtesy of Alessia Russo. She passes straight through to Martha Thomas. Now back towards Russo and clips off the crossbar. And that would have been within the opening 20 seconds of the game. And Russo was just unlucky not to put Manchester United in front. Great bit of teamwork between her and Martha Thomas. Initially, she passed towards Thomas, but Thomas passed back. Russo tried a long-range shot that just missed. And as a result, the score remains 0-0 between Reading and Manchester United. Still early days as we have a throw-in within the first minute. Mark Skinner can't seem to believe what has just happened. And I was also about to mention about his opposite number, Kelly Chambers, as well as being the manager for the Reading women's team. She is also the women's director of football, as throw-in taken by Manchester United and taken up by Alessia Russo. The Reading defenders closing in on her, and Deanne Cooper with a superb slide tackle to deflect any chances away. Russo picked up the ball, but Deanne Cooper was just straight into it. Nothing warranty of a foul, but it has resulted in a Manchester United corner. Superb crossing from I think that was Leah Goulson, but Reading were quick to defend that one. Reading throughout the first couple of minutes have been made to really work for this, as Manchester United appear to be the more aggressive. Just over 2.5 minutes have been played at the Select Leasing Car Stadium, and it remains Reading 0, Manchester United 0. And you're listening to the Commentary Hub, and you can also hear us on the Commentary Hub 2 and Storm FM. We're also live on our Twitch channel, as a throw-in will be taken by Reading, and it will be the captain Natasha Harding who throws, picked up by Manchester United, and this I believe is Ella Toon, who crosses down the field towards Hannah Blundell. Hannah Blundell running up towards the pitch, pass back towards Jackie Groenen. It's now with Leah Goulson. Leah Goulson crosses, tries to find Ella Toon to no avail. It's now with the captain, Casey Zeelam. Casey Zeelam darting around Rachel Rowe, but Reading quick to defend that. Reading doing very well to hold their line and defend, but it's now back with Manchester United, although Reading wants to pick this one up as well. I believe it's now been picked up by Emma Harries, but she couldn't hold on to it for long, and it's now with Ona Battle. Ona Battle, the Spanish international, who featured in the Spain side for the Arnold Clark Cup, and it's now back with Ella Toone for Manchester United, now quickly picked up by Jackie Groenen. Jackie Groenen passes to Hannah Blundell and headed in by, I think that was Alessia Russo. We'll check momentarily, but Manchester United have scored the opening goal. This was what Reading didn't want. It was between Galton and Blundell, and it was actually headed in by Blundell actually crossed. It was headed in by Leah Galton, and Reading now very much on the back foot. That is her 5th goal in the WSL this season. Reading need to regroup fast and work out what strategy they're going to use if they are to get themselves back into it. And it looks like they might be on the way forward with Emma Harries, who has been tripped up by Ella Toone, I think it was, and looks like one of the defenders sort of elbowed her in retaliation. That was unnecessary. In fact, it was Natasha Harding that was fouled, feeling her ankle a bit. I think she might have twisted it or something, but so she's wincing in pain. She's managing to get herself back up, which is the main thing. No, in fact, it wasn't. It was Kelly Bryce. It was Faye Bryson who was fouled, and it wasn't by Ella Toone. It was the goal scorer. It was actually Maria Torresdotter who I should say who brought her down. Lucky to get away with that, in my view, but it has resulted in a free kick to Reading, and it will be taken by I presumably think it will be Emma Harries to take the free kick. No, in fact, I couldn't tell who it is, but free kick taken by Reading, defended very well by Manchester United, although not for long though. Reading have now picked it back up, headed in, crossed in very well by I think that was crossed in very well, but I think that was Evans, but nothing doing in that respect. Throw into Reading, taken very well, and it's now with Deanne Cooper, and almost sent in by Rachel Rowe. Unlucky to miss from that spot. She was just wide off the post. Although I think that was because she collided with Diane Caldwell. Indeed, she did. So it still remains Reading 0, Manchester United 1, and a goal kick has been awarded. Reading have gained 7 points from behind so far this season. But it looks as though they might not be gaining. Much more with Manchester United on the attack, and a shot on goal by Casey Zeeland, but well saved by Grace Maloney. I was also about to mention that one of the other nations represented at this ground is the Republic of Ireland. There are at least 2 Republic of Ireland internationals featured in this game. So quite a lot of European countries are represented. Reading now with Rachel Rowe. Deflected by Manchester United, headed by Leah Galton, who's found Alessia Russo. Now towards Ella. No, I think that was Ella Toone. or rather it's Ella 2 now, I should say. Now straight forward to Leah Goulton. Leah Goulton crosses to Alessia Russo. Can Alessia Russo make it 2? Not quite is the answer. Cleared by Rachel Rowe. And out goes the ball for another throw-in. Alessia Russo, unlucky not to. Alessia Russo should have. Alessia Russo should have been a bit quicker off the mark, in my view. But I think she dawdled. I think she dawdled quite a bit. And the ball has gone out for another throw-in. After 9.5 minutes, the score still remains Reading 0, Manchester United 1. Reading now with the ball, although not for long though, as Manchester United have begun to pick that one up. Although Reading have quickly intercepted and tackled back, and it's now straight towards Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose, the Canadian international, just couldn't hold on to it, and just went over the goal. And went over the goal. I think she slipped up and almost crashed into the barriers, but lucky to still be running. I think she was trying to hold off the advances of Diane Caldwell. So and to slip up into the sponsor barriers, that must have been a bit embarrassing for her. But that, as a result, is a goal. But that results in a goal kick for Manchester United, cleared away by Earps. Almost picked up by Reading. Reading have now picked it back up, and it's gone straight through to Grace Maloney. Maloney clears the ball upfield, headed by Torresdottir. Now almost picked up by Blundell. I think that was Harding. Harding that almost had it, or rather Woodham. Straight towards Martha Thomas. Alessia Russo. She was trying to hold off, but I think Evans got through. But I think Evans got through to her at the last possible. Moments. Gemma Evans. Reading now back in possession with the ball. This is Rachel Rowe crossing forward. I believe that was towards. I believe that was towards Harding, but Manchester United quick to react. One of the midfielders tried to cross to Ella Toon, but Reading was quick to get to that. But Reading was quick to get to there before she could, and I think that might have been Katie Zeelam who tried to tackle that one. Coming up to 12 minutes, it's now Reading 0, Manchester United 1, and Alessia Russo apparently has picked up some kind of injury. I'm not too sure what happened. She appears to be in pain. The physios come over to have a look at her. The physio, I should say, comes over to have a look. I think that might. He's offering her a drink of water to try and keep her blood circulation flowing. Russo quickly back up onto the field. It looks like a substitute might be made. Mark Skinner talking to one of them. Leah Goulton takes a quick swig of that one as well. And it was Rachel Rowe who this is what happened with the Leah Goulton goal, in case anyone missed. Superb cross. It was a cross by Hannah Blundell. The Reading defenders couldn't do anything about it, and Leah Goulton was just unmarked and just pounced at the first attempt. Headed by now it's back with Reading. That was Van Haver passing back to a defender. It's now back with Grace Maloney. Maloney passes downfield to Gemma Evans. She's now found, I think that might have been Harding. Now it's with Emma Harries, but an offside flag has been given against her. Offside against Harries. She may have been just a fraction ahead of everybody. She may have been just a fraction ahead of that last defender. I think she was. And Harry's unlucky not to advance further. Free kick given to Manchester United. There's been more action inside Reading's half than there has been at the opposite end, and the home fans must not be liking this, I am sure. Rowe tries to find Troelsgaard, the Danish international, but couldn't find anything. And I was actually wrong about Reading's formation. It is actually a 4-3-1-2 as opposed to the 4-4-2 formation I initially thought of at the start. And just actually missed something. That would have actually been a goal opportunity by Emma Harries, but it just sailed over the crossbar. So apologies if I missed that one. Free kick, and it's actually resulted in a goal kick to Manchester United. Mary Earps to clear the ball back out straight towards Hannah Blundell. Hannah Blundell looks to pass up the field, but she's given us away poorly to Deanne Rose, and Deanne Rose straight through, and Reading have equalised. They're not out of it yet. Superb comeback by Deanne Rose. I think it was actually almost assisted, but I think it was Rachel Rowe initially had the ball, but she passed straight to Rose, who just calmly finished it off. And as a result, Reading have now found their way back into this game. They need to make this game count if they are to ensure a decent finish to the WSL this season. That is Deanne Rose's 5th goal for the club. But Manchester United are determined that they're not going to get away with it, as Rousseau tries to cross to Martha Thomas, but Thomas could not get to the ball in time. The majority of Manchester United's players have been with the club since their formation in the then new Women's Championship back in 2018, which they won first time out, and since then they have been a regular, consistent performer. Since then, they've been a regular, consistently performing team in the Women's Super League. Van Havermaet. It's now with Rachel Rock. It's now with Deanna Cooper. Cooper passes back towards Maloney. Now straight towards Faye Bryson. Faye Bryson passes to, I think that might have been Rachel Rowe, although I think she has collected a Manchester United player on the way, though, and it was Jackie Groenen who might have been involved with that one. Yes, indeed, it was Groenen. Just shoved her in the back. Was that worthy? But was that worthy of a yellow card? I don't know. I don't actually know my thoughts, so I don't actually know about that in my view. So let me know in the chat description below, please. As Manchester United get ready to take a free kick, it looks like it will be Blundell to take the free kick, which she does. Blundell was aiming for Martha Thomas, but Grace Maloney was too quick for her. Slightly over 18 and a half minutes gone. Still Reading 1, Manchester United 1. Could that Could that score go even further? The answer is no, as Blundell superbly tackles Sane Troelsgaard, the Dane international on loan from Lyon. Mark Skinner issuing the instructions as ever from the touchline, and a throw-in has been given to Reading. Almost an attempt on goal by Troelsgaard, or was it? It was a throw-in by Gemma Evans, and it looked almost like Troelsgaard would have finished that one in. Yes, indeed it was. Yes, indeed it was Troelsgaard who almost had the final touch. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me. Nicholas Jones, and we are also live on the Commentary Hub 2 and Storm FM as we now enter the 20th minute. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 1. Blundell crosses and finds Leah Gould and finds found Galton. Now it's straight back towards Ella Toon. I think that ball was just slightly deflected off Casey Zeelam. It's now with Deanne Rose. Not for long though. It's with Blundell. Blundell passes to Zeelam, and now it's with Alessia Russo. Alessia Russo, who had those first two opportunities at goal ruled out. Can she add to Manchester United's tally this morning? Russo does a cross through to Leah Galton, but easily picked up by Maloney. Great bit of teamwork between Russo and Galton, but would she have been offside? I think Galton might have been. Just over 21 minutes played. Still Reading 1, Manchester United 1. But Deanne Rose almost picked up the ball once more for Reading, but Mary Earps was quick to save that one. Now it's back with Gruner, straight towards Ella Toon. Ella Toon now with the ball, or Thomas, I should say. Martha Thomas tried to hold her line, but was tackled by Deanna Cooper. Thomas was on the attack and looked like she was about to cross to Zeelam, but well tackled by Deanna Cooper, and a corner has been given to Manchester United to be taken by Casey Zeelam. Zeelam does the corner kick into the goal area, but it doesn't work, and Reading have been able to defend. Although Deanne Rose looked like she was tackled by Ona Battle, and Battle lucky not to receive anything as a result, or will she? In fact, it looks as though she will be going into the book. The referee Lucy May making a note of it, and out comes the yellow card, and that is Battle's first booking this season. The first yellow card of the game. Was actually worthy of a yellow card. I'm not really sure it was, because I think Rose just barged in front of her, and I think she fell off her own momentum. But I couldn't quite clearly make out what it was. We might have to look at it again sometime soon, as Reading look like they might be going towards Another goal. This is Rachel Rowe. Rachel Rowe passes to Rose, almost picked up by Harding. But Manchester United have the ball back where they think have the ball. But Manchester United have the ball back. It's now straight towards Leah Goulton. Leah Goulton pelting up towards the pitch. Can she make it 2? Yes! Goulton has done it again. Superb bit of finish by Goulton. She was just running up. She was just running towards goal without a care in the world. Maloney tried to stop her, but couldn't. It was Russo who crossed upfield towards Goulton, and Goulton just ran towards goal like she was on rails. Superb ball control. And even though she did slip up towards the end, it matters not, because Manchester United lead Reading by 2-1. And that is not what Reading need. Great for Manchester United, because that boosts their hopes of making the qualifying stage for next season's Champions League. Reading need to respond to this, and fast. But not in this instance. And that was Goulton's 20th for the Red Devils. Her 20th for the Red Devils, and her 5th of the season. Rose tried to hold Reading's. Rose tried to defend, tried to hold on to the ball for Reading, but the Manchester United defenders were very quick to hold that one off. I'm going to take another look at this. Great bit of great cross by Russo towards Goulton. She didn't look up. It didn't look like she was offside. She might have been she might well have been ahead of the last defenders, but I wouldn't count that as offside. Sorry. But the ball has gone out for another. The ball's gone out for another throw, and I think that was Blundell who tried to force it out. And after 27 minutes, it's Reading 1, Manchester United 2. Crossed by a Troesgaard to, I think that was Emma Harris, but Manchester United have the ball back. Now picked up by Latoon, who passes to Zeelam. Zeelam with the ball, but now tackled by Reading, not for long though, and a long-range shot by Martha Thomas, or Zeelam, I should say. Although Zeelam appears to have been, although Zeelam looks like she's gone down. Was it a foul or was it something else? Anyway, the physio comes over to have a look at her. The referee, Lucy May, understandably concerned as Zeelam gets back up. Zeelam gets back up onto the pitch. It was actually a ball to the face by Deanna Cooper. I don't think she meant to do it, and that was where Martha Thomas took advantage of this. And Katie Zeelam understandably upset about this, and I think she's got a cut lip. And according to what I'm seeing, it looks like her lip has been cut by that blow from the ball, but no blood that I can see. Other than that, she appears to be all right. The referee talking to her, to Zeelam. As I say, Deanna Cooper might not have meant to do something like that, but Zeelam Zealand was understandably angry. I think anyone in her place would have been pretty irate if such an incident happened to them. Reading need to start attacking more. Most of their attacking areas has been towards the right. So has been towards the right wing of right wing towards the goal. They need to start. They need to start attacking more towards like the centre of the goal. But a free kick has been given to Manchester United. Was aiming for Leah Galton. Can she make the hat trick? And the answer is no. I believe she trips up and the ball just went out, and the ball just went outside. It still remains though. Reading 1, Manchester United 2, and I hope Katie Zeeland is feeling, and I hope Katie Zeeland feels a lot better after what just happened to her. Although will she be substituted at half time? It remain only time will tell. As Reading now are looking like they might be going for a second goal. Deanne Rose had the last touch, but quickly tackled by Ona Battle. Ona Battle now passes to I think that was Martha Thomas, but quickly taken away by Gemma Evans for Reading. Although I think Evans might have been directly involved with something, and the referee talking to the referee trying to assess the situation to sort out what happened, and it looks like a player a player now has a nosebleed after a foul for something that I did not see the physio mopping her up. We'll let you know who it is. It looks to me as though it is Martha Thomas, and it looks as though Mark Skinner may have to make a substitution well before half time. Kelly Chambers watching on. She must be upset that her side are now a goal. Her side are a goal behind, just as they were a few minutes ago. And yes, indeed, it is Martha Thomas, who had sustained that injury with the ball straight into her nose. Now sort of mopping up the rest of the blood that would have gotten her hand as play now resumes. Rachel Rowe now for Reading. She passes to Sane Troesgaard, but Troesgaard passes back down towards Faye Bryson or Evans or Evans, I should say. But still nothing comes of it. But still nothing comes of it for Reading. A throw-in given to Manchester United. Quickly taken up by Reading. It's now with Deanna Cooper. Deanna Cooper crosses towards Rose. It was almost picked up by Evans. It's now back with Manchester United. Now it's back with Cooper for Reading. And straight towards Grace Maloney. Maloney has seen her fair share of action today, and Reading look like they might be, and Reading need to attack, and it looks as though they might be with Deanne Rose and Emma Harries. Deanne Rose almost was aiming for Emma Harries, but well blocked by Jackie Groenen. Groenen did very well to deflect that attack by Reading, as even though Rose looked like she was aiming to cross to Emma Harries. And a corner has been given to Reading. They need to take advantage of this as Lily Woodham gets ready to take the corner kick for the Royals. Woodham kicks the ball into the goal area, but headed clear by Manchester United. It looked like it was Alessia Russo that cleared it, and indeed it was Russo, one of the players. In fact, it wasn't. It actually bounced off Rachel Rowe, I should say. So that has really, and that momentary lapse of concentration could cost Reading dear, as Russo had the ball briefly. It looked like she was aiming and looked like she was heading towards goal, but just put it out at the last moment. And after 35 minutes, it still remains Reading 1, Manchester United 2, and a throw-in has been given to Manchester United. Manchester United now back in possession with the ball. It's now with Alessia Russo. Russo tried to pass downfield towards Ella Toone, but Reading were quick to save that one. It's now with and it was almost and it's now gone straight towards Mary Earps. I think it was Una Battle who had the ball before she did. Now it's back with Reading, and a player, and one of the Reading players has gone down. I think that might have been by a foul from Russo, and in fact it was Gemma Evans who was brought down, and indeed it was Russo who instigated. Kicks her right in the backside by the looks of it. But that was unintentional, and it's now with and the ball has now gone straight towards Ona Battle, although Deanne Rose tried to tackle it off her, but it only resulted in her deflecting the ball right back out. Throw into Manchester United. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, as Gemma Evans crosses the ball forwards towards Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose tries to find Emma Harries, but well defended by Maria Torresdotter. By Maria Torresdotter, the ex-Chelsea player. But it's only resulted in a corner to Reading. They couldn't make this last corner count. They need to make this. They need to make this one count this time. Ball goes straight into the goal area, almost picked up by Trollsgaard, but Reading now. I've now got more of a chance, courtesy of Lily Woodham, straight towards. I think that was Rowe. But Manchester United doing very well so far. It's actually Deanna Cooper with the ball, pushed away there by Groenen. We've less than 10 minutes until half time, and it's still Reading 1, Manchester United 2. Throwing to be taken by throwing to Manchester United. It's now Ella Toone with the ball. Now straight towards Diane Caldwell, who passes to Mary Earps, trying to obviously confuse Reading, and it looks as though they might be now, as Martha Thomas now has the ball. Can she go for Manchester United's third goal? Not quite is the answer, as Deanne Cooper halts that attack. Well defended. So Martha Thomas was pelting towards the goal, but Deanne Cooper just managed to save it in at the last moment, and the ball looked like it was very precarious, and the ball was actually precariously close to actually going in. And had it been a few inches over the line, Cooper would have inadvertently scored an own goal for Reading, but it still remains 2-1 to Manchester United. Corner given to Manchester United, and almost fired in by Ona Battle, but quickly held off very well by Reading. And the ball has gone over, and the ball looks like it has looked like it would have gone over the touchline, but it was nowhere to be seen. Thomas had and another attempt, and this was the tackle by. This was the attempt on goal by Thomas, and Deanna Cooper can thank her lucky stars that the ball did not end up in her own net. Is Cooper with the ball for Reading? She crosses to. I think she crossed to Natasha Harding, and it's now with Emma Harris, but intercepted by Battle, and now it's been picked up by Trollsgaard. But Manchester United have the ball back as Zeeland passes to Marriott. Now straight towards Maria Torresdotter and Hannah Blundell. It's now with Ella Toon. Ella Toon tries to hold on to the ball, but quickly taken by Gemma Evans, which has given a throw into Reading. Emma Harries crosses was aiming for Deanne Rose and almost crossed to her, but United doing very well to hold their ground. And it's now back in possession for Blunder. Ella Toon almost missed the ball, but she has picked it back up. Passes to Alessia Russo. Alessia Russo now with the ball. She needs to cross to Martha Thomas to at least give them a chance of scoring. But Deanne Cooper saw to that, and as a result, it has now gone out for another throw in to Reading. Great bit of defending by Reading. By Deanne Cooper to halt that attack. To halt that attack, it's now with Deanne Rose for Reading, but the ball has indeed gone out of once again gone out of play with about 3 minutes to go until half time. It's now back with Alessia Russo for Manchester United, who passes down to Hannah Blundell. It's now picked up by Galton. Galton was aiming for Russo, but it's now with Groenen. Now Zeeland straight towards Martha Thomas. Martha Thomas, can she make it 3? And the answer is not quite. It almost was. But Russo now has the ball back. Was about to pass towards Coulson, but it matters not as Russo makes it 3 for Manchester United. That was a nice long range opportunity by Russo, and but here's what happened. Ona Battle did a long range shot. It almost went over the line. Thomas actually protested that it was actually a goal, but it didn't matter in the end as Russo was able to just pounce at the last possible moment and make it 3 make it 3 for the Red Devils, and that is her seventh already this season. We're now into the penultimate minutes of. We're now into the penultimate minutes of the first half, and a free kick to Reading to be taken by Troesgaard. Troesgaard crosses into the goal area. Can Reading pull back? The answer is no. And it looks like a player has in fact, was fouled inside the 18-yard box. Couldn't quite see who. And the referee's now coming over to have a look. It might have been Gemma Evans. Reading take the free kick without too much difficulty, and it looks as though it might have been, and it looks as though Torresdotter actually pushed Gemma Evans in the back. Indeed, and she did. Or was it actually Gemma Evans? I couldn't possibly work out who it was, and in fact, no, it wasn't. It was Justine van Havermats that was fouled by Torresdotter, and 4 minutes have been added on towards the end of the first half. Hardly surprising, given the action that's been going on in the first half, and the fouls and the injuries and all of those things. This was Ona Basil's attempt on goal earlier. Did it actually go over the line? It looked like it may actually have done, but Russo just calmly finished off the second attempt. As I understand it, it might have actually been going over, and yes, indeed, it did actually look like it might have gone over the line. So Ona Basil, in my opinion, should have actually been given that as a goal, but Russo was able to capitalise. No, that's the wrong thing to say. But Russo's was just another. Was just another goal. I personally think Ona Basil's goal should have been given, but that's not for me to say. As a goal kick will be taken by Grace Maloney. Kelly Chambers must be bitterly disappointed at Reading's performance throughout the first half, despite not giving up by any stretch of the imagination. It still remains, though, Reading 1, Manchester United 3, as Blundell picks up the ball for Reading, and it's now gone straight towards Lily Woodham, but Manchester United have picked it back up. It's now with Ona Basil towards Alessia Russo. Russo holding off Gemma Evans, but Gemma Evans pushes her down onto the ground. And surely somebody has to have a look at this. That was very unnecessary in my view. And an almost similar attempt was almost committed by Diane Rose, but Russo back up on her feet, trying to feel herself all over to see if she is hurt. She sustained that nosebleed earlier on in the first half, remember. And Kelly Chambers understandably not impressed with the likely foul on Diane Rose in any sense of the word. Throwing given to Reading, taken by Lily Woodham straight towards Diane Rose, and it's now with Katie Zeelam. Katie Zeelam sends the ball out. So I believe we've now played just over 2 minutes of the period of additional time. and play is still resuming, although it looks like it has gone out for a throw again to Reading, but I have to say, Manchester United have been too strong for Reading for much of the first half. Even though Reading have shown real grit and determination, it looks as though half time is and half time drawing ever closer. Reading need to come up with newer strategies and more attacking play in the second half, just to at least reduce the attack. No, just to at least reduce the goal deficit and maybe even equalise. But they need a win in order to finish in a decent position at the end of the season. Don't forget they have 3 games left, including this one. And there's the halftime whistle. Manchester United have pretty much controlled this game from the front. Reading did pull a goal back, but Russo ensured that the Red Devils go into the second half in front, despite Owner Battle supposedly not scoring a goal that looked like it was in the nets. Halftime score at the Select Leasing Car Stadium: Reading 1, Manchester United 3, and we're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the Women's Super League match between Reading Women and Manchester United Women. Manchester United lead Reading by 3-1, and I can now bring in Russ Vernon, who has joined us as he has a few things to mention.
Yeah, Nicholas, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Yes, I'm doing fine, Russ. As I mentioned just before we came back on air, it's looking like Manchester United are going to win this one. Reading's defence has been, if nothing, not Reading's defence has been mediocre, to say the least.
Yes, and just a bit of breaking news from the Premier League for our listeners this afternoon, and it's regarding Roman Abramovich at Chelsea. As people may have seen over the past week in the news, and you've probably seen it in the news as well, Nicholas, that he was sanctioned by the UK government for what's happening between Russia and Ukraine. I won't go into any more details on that. Well, the Premier League have put out a statement this morning, this afternoon, and they say following the imposition of the sanctions by the UK government, the Premier League board has disqualified Roman Abramovich as a director of Chelsea Football Club. The board's decision does not impact the club's ability to train and play its fixtures as set out under the terms of the licence issued by the government, which expires on 31st of May 2022. But Roman Abramovich has this lunchtime been disqualified as a director of Chelsea by the Premier League.
Okay, so that's not okay. Thanks very much. Okay, thanks very much for that, Russ. We are just waiting for the second half to come back to come back on there. Reading needs to be attacking more if they are to bring the match back into their favour. And like I've kept on saying, they've only got 3 games left. So Kelly Chambers needs to make this one count, and I sure hope that whatever actions Roman Abramovich has been taking, that it does not affect Emma Hayes' Chelsea women's side, one of the best in England. Winners already this season, winners already this season of the delayed Women's FA Cup between 2020 and 2021. We're now going to go for another bit of a short break, but we'll be back for the second half. Stay with us. You're back with us on the commentary hub for the second half between Reading and Manchester United. Reading trail Manchester United by 3-1. But they really need to turn things around in order for the game to come back into their favour. And it looks as though Reading will kick us off in the second half, and away we go at the Select Leasing Car Stadium for the second half between Reading and Manchester United. Reading will be playing from right to left. Manchester United will be playing from left to right, as Torres Dossa crosses the ball to Ella Toon, but Hannah Blundell quick to pick the ball back up in defence, and a throw-in has been and this will be a throw-in to Manchester United. But not for long, as Reading now have the opportunity to take the throw-in, and I believe it will be Trollsgaard who will take the throw for Reading. No half-time substitutions have been made, as it looks to me as though Rachel Rowe now has the ball for Reading. She passes to Deanne Cooper, and also do not forget Ona Battle has already been cautioned for a yellow card. And has been given a yellow card, but it's Manchester United back in play with Torres Dotter passing to Blundell, and it's now with Leah Goulton, who passes back towards Torres Dotter. Now the ball has been picked up by the captain Katie Zeelam, although it looks as though Van Havermaet tripped her up and fouled her. No, in fact, it wasn't. It was Trollsgaard. Trollsgaard will likely get a yellow card out of this. No, she won't. She's actually been cautioned by the referee Lucy May, and I think that should have actually been a card in my view. And Katie Zeelam couldn't afford being bashed about like that, because she got a cut lip to her. Because she got a cut lip earlier on, as Lucy Woodham held up, as Lily Woodham, I should say, recently held off an attack by Manchester United. So good defending from her, as Maloney passes the ball towards Cooper. Apparently, Cooper has crossed and has found Emma Harries by the looks of it, but Ona Battle quickly tackles for Manchester United, now towards Leah Goulton, and picked up by Hannah Blundell. Blundell almost gives the ball away to Emma Harries, but well held by Manchester United. Just over 3 minutes have been played in the second half. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. But a long-range throw has been given towards Reading, and Rowe, and it looked like it was Emma Harries who was advancing towards goal for Reading, but well defended by Manchester United, and it's now throwing to Thomas for Manchester United. Thomas throws the ball and finds and tries to get to Alessia Russo, but well defended by Reading. It's now with Jackie Groen, and Jackie Groen passes to Mary Earps. Mary Earps has featured very strongly for the England women's team, and most recently in the Arnold Clark Cup, which they won. Now picked up by Ella Toon for Manchester United. Now towards Goulton. Goulton Goulson running up the pitch and has found Jackie Gronan. Jackie Gronan straight towards Alessia Russo, but well defended by Gemma Evans. Goulson did a great pass towards Gronan, who then passed to Russo, but Gemma Evans was quick to cut that one out. Now picked up by Russo after a throw-in. It's now a long-range cross towards Ella Toon, but deflected by Maloney. We're now entering the 50th minute. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. A lovely cross by Ella Toon was almost picked up by a teammate. And I think if she hadn't been there, then Toon could well have scored a goal on her own. But here's Emma Harries for Reading, but blocked. But something has happened to stop play. I think she might have momentarily been offside. Harry's pretty angry about that. But it does nothing to change the score. And in fact, Ertz clears the ball out of goal. Now straight to Trollsgaard for Reading, but pushed down by Ella Toon. Manchester United just haven't been able to take advantage of the chances that they've been given, and as a result, it still remains 3. As a result, the goal still remains 3-1. That could change soon, though, as Gronan quickly passes to Alessia Russo. Russo does well to hold on to the ball. She passes to Zeeland. Now it's with Toon. Toon was aiming for Goulson, but well blocked by Justine van Havermaet, the Belgium international. Toon passed down towards Russo, I should say, passed down towards Toon, but that tap at the foot by Van Havermaet was enough to deflect the ball away. But it's a corner to Manchester United now with Zeeland. Zeeland sends the ball into the goal area, but Reading defend that one very well. Not for long now, though, as Gronan crosses the ball back into the goal area, deflected away by the Reading defence. Manchester United still want it. It was almost with Diane Caldwell, but Reading have taken the ball back, and Deanne Rose was able to deflect the ball away for the Royals. Great bit of defence. Great bit of defending by Reading in particular. Faye Bryson and Deanne Rose were really good in defence, but a throw-in has been given to Manchester United, quickly taken by Alessia Russo. Russo passes to Gronan, and it's now with Caldwell. Caldwell towards Torresdottir. Torresdottir does a long-range cross, but Martha Thomas was a long way from behind. Or should I say, was a long way behind that. And there was no way she was going to get to it. Mark Skinner in conversation with his assistant managers. Skinner should be satisfied inside that United have been able to maintain their 3-1 lead so far. Maloney gets ready to clear the ball out of goal, which he does. It's now with Woodham straight towards Trollsgaard. It's now with Manchester United once again. It's now Goulson. trying to find a way through, but she passes back down the field to Groningen. Groningen has found Ella Toon, but Reading are quick to save that one. Not for long though, as Manchester United have possession of the ball once more. Ella Toon tries to pass to Alessia Russo, but defended very well by Lily Woodham. It seems to me like Reading have strengthened their defence. They just need to be more into attacking. Groningen ball's been picked up by Rose. It's now with Rachel Rowe. Now it's back with Manchester United. Ona Bassel, but Deanne Rose tries to intercept the ball for Reading, but Caldwell was able to put a stop to that. Manchester United have had more possession so far in the second half, 73% in comparison to Reading's 27%. But throw in once more to Manchester United. And it's now with Martha Thomas for Reading. Couldn't get to it, but well saved by Gemma Evans. Gemma Evans, another Wales international, as is Natasha Harding. But a throw-in has been given to Manchester United, quickly thrown by Ona Battle straight towards Ella Toon. But Woodham doing very well to close her down. Maloney to take the goal kick for Reading straight towards Deanna Cooper. Now it's with Gemma Evans and Evans crosses to Deanne Rose, but Deanne Rose looked like she was fouled by Ona Battle, and that was a nasty blow to the head. She's holding it. That looked pretty nasty in my view. No, in fact, she actually collided with Groningen, and her momentum actually pulled Battle down with her. So, but nothing worthy of anything in my view. Still Manchester United holding their line really well, defending their goals, and it looked like Russo was going to be on, and it looked like Russo was going to stage an attack towards goal, but defended that time by Justine van Havermaet. Or should I say Sanne Troelsgaard? But Troelsgaard looks like she's going to get a yellow card for her troubles, and indeed she does. That is her first of the season since joining from Lyon on loan, and she actually tripped up Russo, even though Evans was pulling at her shirt. Just a momentary trip, but if it was just a clumsy tackle, then that's not worthy of anything, in my view. But anyone listening, do let me know what you think. As it looks like Reading have been given a free kick, which they have, and it's now with Natasha Harding, almost picked up by it was almost picked up by Harry's, but so not really. Now it's with Now it was momentarily with Evans by the looks of it. But still hasn't changed anything. Woodham throws the ball to Trollsgaard. Now it's with Trollsgaard once more, who crosses to Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose now with the ball for Reading. Rose tries to cross towards Harries, but well blocked by Galton. Harries tries to take it back to no avail, but it's made its way back to Deanne Rose. Now it's with Trollsgaard towards Cooper, I should say. Deanne Cooper. Maloney passes to Evans. Just reached the hour mark. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. And Reading need to start looking for opportunities to get back into this game as quickly as possible. Rose almost has the ball briefly, but taken away by Battle. So that clumsy bit of attacking by Manchester United has resulted in a throw-in to Reading. Reading appeared to be getting closer and closer towards Manchester United's goal line. And Trollsgaard passes to what looks to be Cooper, but Cooper's long-range shot went absolutely nowhere. And so Cooper just taking a few moments to compose herself and catch her breath back. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and you can also hear us on the Commentary Hub 2 and Storm FM. And we're also live on our Twitch channel. Kelly Chambers has surpassed 100 games as Reading manager. This is her 114th. Was actually a player for the club in its infancy, but injury cut short her playing career. And a corner and an offside flag, and an offside, I should say, has gone up against Alessia Russo. Ella Toon passed the ball towards Russo, but at that time she was just marginally ahead of the Reading defenders. So that offside decision was well and truly justified. Maloney passes to Evans. Now it's gone to Trollsgaard. Trollsgaard has found Van Havermat, but Manchester United have quickly regained control. It's now back with Trollsgaard. Trollsgaard for Reading. Trollsgaard advancing up the pitch now towards Emma Harries. Emma Harries tries to find Deanne Rose. She does. Rose back towards Rowe. But quickly saved by Manchester United. Reading still want one. Rose tries to go for it twice, but each attempt is saved by Mary Earps, who was in fact a goalkeeper, who in fact played for Reading a few seasons back before transferring to VfL Wolfsburg, where she won the Champions League twice. Superb defending by Manchester United. Reading should have found more gaps to reduce the goal deficit, but Mary Earps was absolutely spot on with locating the ball and saving those two goals by Rose. Rose unlucky not to find the nets during this time. Throw into Manchester United as we approach the 64th minute. It still remains Reading 1, Manchester United 3. And the ball was just about almost picked up by Leah Galton, but nothing comes of that. Merriott, she has the second most saves in WSL history, behind another goalkeeper, Megan Walsh. And so that's a fact. So that's a fact not to be sniffed at. And that is perhaps one reason why Serena Wiegmann has selected her as the first choice goalkeeper for England's international squad, as a throw-in has been given to Manchester United to be taken by Ona Battle. She throws to Alessia Russo. Russo does very well. Russo does very well to hold on to the ball. She passes to Groenen, but quickly tackled by Reading. It was almost with looked like Deanna Cooper. Deanna Cooper with the ball, she throws, picked up by Van Havermaet, or should I say Troelsgaard. Troelsgaard crosses to Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose trying to hold off the advances of Manchester United, but to no avail. And it's now Ella Toone for Manchester United, and she crosses to Martha Thomas. Martha Thomas looks like Martha Thomas was going for goals back towards Ella Toone, but Reading have managed to stand their ground, at least for now. Galton trying to find Toone once more, but Reading have been quick to intercept. Deanne Rose getting into a bit of argy-bargy with Groenen. But nothing. But it still does nothing to alter the score. Great bit of teamwork between Toone and Thomas. Martha Thomas looked like she was going to score, but well saved by Reading. Galton for Manchester United. Who passes to Ona Battle. Nothing comes of that one, and it's resulted in a throw-in to Reading to be taken by Lily Woodham. Woodham throws to Emma Harries, but Harries was fouled by Diane Caldwell. And Caldwell, and that was an unnecessary foul by Caldwell, just shoving her right in the back. But no yellow card for Caldwell. Should have at least got a yellow in. Should have at least got a yellow in my view, but it's resulted in a free kick to Reading, and it looks like it will be Rachel Rowe who will take the free kick for the Royals. Everyone getting into position for the free kick. Rowe raises her arm to signal that she's ready to take the kick, and away she goes over the crossbar. She should have aimed just a fraction or so lower, in my view, and that would have reduced the deficits. Right bit of play, but wrong type of kick, in my view. And that bit of play could cost Reading. And that bit of play could cost Reading dear as time runs out. And it looks as though as though a substitution might be getting ready to be made for Manchester United. I think that was Ivana Fuso, the Brazilian international, looking like she might be getting ready to come on, but we'll confirm if and when that happens. It's now Harries for Reading, but sent away by Jackie Groenen, and straight to Alessia Russo. Russo now with the ball, but tackled by Deanna Cooper, and Cooper was trying to find Emma Harries, but Manchester United too strong for her. Coming up to halfway through the 69th minute, it still remains Reading 1, Manchester United 3. Ball has now been picked up by Reading for a throw, and a cross in towards goal by a Troelsgaard, almost headed in by Harries to no avail. Or was it Natasha Harding? I think it might well have been. And a substitution is going to be made for Manchester United as Alessia Russo comes off with that, and she just excelled with that goal just minutes before half time. A superb volley in towards the centre of the net, and Russo has now made her way off the pitch, and on comes Kirsty Hansen. And on comes Kirsty Hansen, another Scotland international. She joined the team from Doncaster Rovers Bells after helping them in their promotion push, and has also been a key player since the club's inception in 2018. What a remarkable story Manchester United women have written over the years, and this may well be, and a win here may well be something to add to their chapter in order to qualify for the next season's Women's Champions League. Ball crossed by Maria Torresdotter towards Hannah Blundell. Hannah Blundell under pressure from Lily Woodham, but tackled by Deanna Cooper, and it's now back with Reading. Van Havermaet towards Woodham, but held off very well by Manchester United. Bryce crosses towards Deanne Rose, but Earps was too quick for her. Headed away by Troelsgaard. Ella 2 now with the ball for Manchester United. She passes to I think that was Zeeland by the looks of it, but Maloney was able to pick the ball right up at the end, and in fact she has sent it out of the goal area, almost picked up by I think that might have been Rowe. Caldwell towards Groenen, deflected away by Bryson, I should say. Now it's back with Deanna Cooper, and a Reading player has been fouled. I think it's Lily Woodham, but I couldn't possibly be too sure, as it looked like Manchester United were advancing towards their goal. No, in fact, it wasn't. It was Emma Harries that was fouled by Jackie Groenen. But Harries looks to be all right. She hasn't picked up any injuries that I can see, as a throw-in has been given to Manchester United. Throw-in taken by I think that might have been Ella Toon. And Reading are now Reading have been feeling the pressure throughout much of the second half in my view, as time is running out for the Royals. Troelsgaard for Reading. Straight towards Deanna Cooper. Cooper passes to Van Havermaet. Van Havermaet now towards Evans. Evans does a long range. Evans does a cross towards what looks to be Lily Woodham. It's now been picked up by Kirsty Hansen. Hansen Tries to cross towards Ella Toon, but nothing quite came of it. It's now back with Toon, or should I say Zeelam. Galton was aiming for Martha Thomas, but the ball has been saved by Grace Maloney. It's now Hannah Blundell with the ball for Manchester United, who passes to Mary Earps, and the ball has once again gone out for a throw. It will be taken by Gemma Evans, and I've already decided who my player of the match will be. As an incident has just happened, which has resulted in a Manchester United player apparently going down. I think that looked to be Groenen, and so a free kick has been given to Reading, and it'll be Rach, and it looks as though it'll be Lily Woodham who will take the free kick for Reading. They need to reduce it. They need to reduce this deficit. They need to reduce this deficit fast, and it's actually going to be and it is indeed Woodham to take the free kick, and Reading just missed an opportunity to reduce the deficit. Well defended by Manchester United. Deanne Rose picks the ball up and passes down towards Grace Maloney in goal, and I can now reveal that my player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services, just for that superb goal towards the end of the first half alone, is Alessia Russo. So congratulations to the England international, and what a wonderful goal that was towards the end of the first half. Just under 15 minutes are left now. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. And Galton has been ruled out as offside. Galton offside. I think she was just fractionally ahead of the Reading defenders. But how unlucky were Reading not to get the ball into the nets? I think that was Van Havermeyer who was closest to scoring. And Trollsgaard comes off the pitch, and Chloe Peplow will take her place. She's only scored one goal in her WSL career. Joined from Tottenham Hotspur before at the end of last season. It's now back in, and the ball is now back with Manchester United, and it's now been taken by Emma Harries of Reading. But Manchester United quickly take the ball back, as it's Galton who crosses to Martha Thomas. Martha Thomas now advancing towards goal. She's doing really well to hold on to the ball, but Toon has picked it back up, headed clear by Evans. But was Toon fouled unnecessarily? I think she might have been, but I'm not in Lucy May's position, so I can't make a decision on that. Earps clears the ball out of goal, but Reading managed to pick it up. It's now was almost straight towards Natasha Harding, but Manchester United proving to be very good in defence once more. It was actually Deanna Cooper who tried. It was actually Peplow who fouled Martha Thomas. Should that have been a penalty? I don't know if it was, but but certainly one or two of the Manchester United players were raising their hands for a penalty. I think that push by Peplo was a bit too soft in my view. Groningen towards Ona Battle. Battle has now found Kirsty Hansen. Hansen running up towards the pitch. She's now found Martha Thomas. Martha Thomas, can she find a way through the Reading defence straight towards Ella Toon? And the answer is no. Reading have increased their defence throughout the last few minutes, but that has done them very little good as time is running out, and it looks as though Kirsty Hansen was aiming for goal, or should I say Martha Thomas? But it just bounced off the side netting. How unlucky was she for that goal to not go in? And I must correct myself. It was Ella Toon who came close to making it four for Manchester United. Just under 10 minutes to go now. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. Reading need to make those last 10 minutes count. A loss here will not be good enough, as after this they will only have 2 more games left in which to finish the season on a high. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones, and you can also hear, and we're also on the Commentary Hub 2 and Storm FM, and you can also catch us on our Twitch channel as Katie Zeelam has had the ball briefly for Manchester United, picked up by Gemma Evans. She almost crossed to Deanne Rose, but Manchester United were able to cut them off, and it's now back with Reading for a throw, quickly taken, and it was briefly with Deanne Rose, but Manchester United appears to have gained back control, and it's now with Martha Thomas. We lost the picture momentarily, but we've got it back. Zeelam towards Groningen, and it's now been picked up by Leah Galton, but Diana Cooper tries to cross at the field, but defended by Manchester United. Reading are still not giving up. It's now with Lily Woodham. Lily Woodham for Reading. She crosses to Deanne Rose, but intercepted by Hannah Blundell and almost picked up by Rachel Rowe. Very close and tight in front of goal, but Rowe appears to have picked up a knock. It looks as though something must have clipped her on the leg. We're taking another look at this now. In fact, it might have been an incident with Hannah Blundell. No, it wasn't. It was Maria Torresdottir's knee just actually bashed her on the leg. That didn't look intentional in my view, as Lily Woodham gets ready to take the corner for Reading. Reading have so far failed to convert their corners into goal-scoring opportunities. Can they do so this time? Everyone getting into their position as Woodham kicks the ball into the goal area, but almost headed in by Gemma Evans. I think the ball just went in at the wrong angle. Or was she blocked? I think she might well have been blocked by the Manchester United defenders, and Kelly Chambers just can't seem to want to see the rest of the game, as neither will the Reading supporters who are here. We're now approaching the 84th minute with 6 minutes to go. It's still Reading 1, Manchester United 3. Kelly Chambers shouting her instructions from the touchline, but they appear to be having very little effect whatsoever. Reading now have the ball back courtesy of Faye Bryson. Bryson crosses the ball to Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose now with the ball, was aiming for Emma Harries, but Manchester United doing really well to defend that one. It's now back with what appears to be Bryson, but a throw-in has now been given to Manchester United, and it will be taken by Blundell. Blundell with the throw towards Alatoon. Now back to Blundell. Almost picked up by Goulson, but Reading have taken advantage of this lapse in concentration. But Manchester United have taken the ball back. It's now with looks to be Groenen. Now taken back by Bryson for Reading. Now it's aiming for Emma Harries, but Hannah Blundell does very well to cut her off. Thrown quickly taken by Reading, straight towards Deanne Rose. Deanne Rose now with the ball. Passes to, I think that was Troelsgaard. No, I should say. No, it wasn't. It was Van Havermaet. Now Lily Woodham for Reading. But Manchester United once again showing showing creative skill, showing creative defence in front of goal. And that was almost an attempt on goal. And that was almost a goal by Rachel Rowe. But Marriott's razor-sharp reflexes managed to diffuse the situation, and it still remains Reading 1, Manchester United 3, as it looks like Martha Thomas was trying to get the ball for United, but Gemma Evans was able to save that one for Reading, and cross in on goal by Ella Toon, saved by Grace Maloney. Just a quick reminder that my player of the match was Alessia Russo. But if you agree or disagree, then let me know in the live chat, as the ball has been poorly given away, I should say, to a Manchester United, but it's only resulted in a goal kick for Reading. Leah Galton was close to being my player of the match because she's been so prolific and a prowess and excellence in front of goal. Scored that goal within the next 5 minutes, and her second some 20 minutes later. But because I like that Russo goal, that awesome volley towards the end of the first half, I decided to give it to Russo. No disrespect to Galton, of course, but that's how it is. And in fact, Galton is going to make way for a last minute substitution, and on comes Vilde Boerisa, the Norwegian international. She joined after playing the majority of her career in Norway and Sweden, and also has Champions League experience as well. In fact, quite a lot of the players on this pitch actually do, as it's now with Boerisa towards Ella Toon. It's now been picked up by Rachel Rowe. Rachel Rowe tackled by Boerisa, I believe. But it's now Ella Toon trying to take the ball off Bryson. Cleared away by Deanna Cooper, and we're now into the penultimate minutes of the second half. There may well be one. There may well be a few minutes at. There may well be a few minutes added on at the 90th, but we'll just have to see. As a throw-in has been given to Manchester United, thrown towards Casey Zeelam. Zeelam does a cross towards Ona Battle. Ona Battle. She's now advancing up the field. Is she going to pass to Martha Thomas? No, she isn't. She's passed to Groen, and now it's gone back towards Battle. Should have passed to a Thomas, in my view. That way, Thomas would have created more of an opportunity to score, but it wasn't to be, as Lily Woodham was able to clear the ball away from Manchester United. I think that will result in that might result in a corner for Manchester United. In fact, indeed it does, and we're now into the 90th minute as Katie Zeelam gets ready to take the corner kick, and 3 minutes have been added on as she quickly composes herself and gets ready to take the ball. It looked like Boa Risa wanted to have a crack at it as well, but Zeelam it is who will take the goal. She passes to Boa Risa. Should have gone for a long range shot, in my view, but Risa Boa is holding on to the ball very well. She passes to Groenen, and now picked up by, I think that might have been Kirsty Hansen, and a shot on goal goes over the crossbar for Manchester United. Unlucky not to make it the fourth. I couldn't quite make out who it was that had a go with the long range shots. We'll check it. We'll check who it is momentarily. I think there was a bit of a scuffle between Chloe Peplow and Vilde Boa Risa, but I couldn't see anything worthy of any disciplinary action, and the action's now getting more intense as the period of added on time is now winding down. Reading have got almost a minute to reduce the game in arrears. To reduce the deficit. They can't win this game now. But will a free kick result in a consolation goal? It looks like it will be Chloe Peplow to take. It looks as though it'll be Chloe Peplow to take the free kick. No, it won't. It will be Lily Woodham, which she does. Manchester United do very well to defend their line, to defend their goal, but Deanne Rose has the ball, and that has surely blown away Reading's last opportunity to pull the goal back. Like I said, with time as tight as it is and running out fast, they can't win this game now. But a throw-in has been given to Manchester United. It looks like it will be Boa Risa to take the throw-in. No, in fact, it won't. It'll be Ona Battle to take the throw-in. We've now reached the 93rd minute, and she throws towards another one of the Manchester United midfielders, who I couldn't make out. And it's now back with Reading, straight towards Chloe Peplow, I think. But Manchester United have taken the ball back, and that is it. Manchester United's hopes of getting at least a qualifying spot in the Champions League have been well and truly boosted. Reading needed a win in order to stand any chance of finishing their season on a high. What with very little games that they've had left, they didn't do it, and Manchester United have well and truly been able to deliver the goods. And that stunner by Alessia Russo towards the end of the first half was well and truly the icing on the cake. Final score at the Select Leasing Car Stadium. Reading Women 1, Manchester United Women 3. I've been Nicholas Jones, and you've been listening to the Commentary Hub. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you again soon on the Commentary Hub. Goodbye for now.